What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports picks video, NFL edition. It is Saturday night, October the 17th. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Or maybe you guys are watching this Sunday morning. In that case, it's October the 18th. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. And each and every time I put out a video, what a Saturday we had. We had UFC, we had boxing, we had MLB playoffs, and of course, most importantly, we had college football. Hopefully you guys had an awesome Saturday. We definitely did in the village. Not only was it great just taking all of these sports in and enjoying all of the action, we had a great day at the sports books as well. Hopefully you guys cleaned up as well. I'll go ahead and show you guys what we did on Saturday, just so you guys who are not a part of the village, we can show you guys what you guys are missing out on. But again, this is my NFL video, so this is going to be all about the NFL. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're growing each and every day here on the YouTube channel and also in the village. We are just growing all over the place, which is awesome. But what I like to do with the NFL, I like to do what's called a long shot teaser. The NFL is my favorite sport to tease. I have had a ton of success with it over the years, and each and every weekend I hit a bunch of teasers. So that's what I like to do with the NFL. I give you guys a bunch of different teaser options, and my fun way of doing that is I put together all of the ones that I'm looking at together into a long shot teaser. Not necessarily to hit the long shot teaser. I'm trying to hit it. I definitely want to hit it a bunch of times before the season ends, but it's just my fun way of giving you guys a bunch of different teaser options that I'm looking for and that I'm looking at, and then it's up to you guys to determine which ones you want to pluck out and do some smaller teasers with. So that's what we do with the NFL, and I'll also have a straight bet as well towards the end of the video as well if you do not like teasers. If you saw yesterday's video, our free play of the day was on West Virginia minus 21. Unfortunately, it ended in a push. They were up by 28 points. As I predicted, they would win the game by 4 touchdowns, but with a minute and some change left, they gave up a special teams touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown. Kansas was not going to score. All they had to do was not allow that kickoff to be returned for a touchdown, and Kansas would have just ran out the clock. So definitely unfortunate there, but we'll take a push over a loss any day of the week. So hopefully today with our NFL free play here on Sunday, we will cash that bad boy. So that's what we're doing with this video. Let's go ahead and jump right into the action. So before we get into the NFL action, like I mentioned before, I'll show you guys what we did on Saturday. I get a lot of questions all the time. How do you send out your picks? What does it look like? Well, here you go. This is what we did on Saturday. I gave out a bunch of straight bets, my favorite teaser bet, and my favorite moneyline parlay bet, and this is what we did. So we had the West Virginia play on there, which ended in a push. We had Kentucky, Tennessee first half under. That game for the full game went way under. Tennessee only scored 7 points the whole game. Unfortunately, in the first half, they scored 24 points, so we missed that one by 1. But if you look at the rest of our straight bets, we had Georgia Southern. They were minus 31. That did not scare me. They covered that. We had Alabama, huge game, the game of the day between Georgia and Alabama, and we had the right side in that one. Then we had 2 MLB plays as well. We swept the MLB. We had Dodgers and Braves under 8.5. The Dodgers scored 3 runs in the first inning, so that one got off to a shaky start, but the Dodgers didn't score after that, and the Braves ended up getting 1 run, so that one went way under. And then we had the Tampa Bay Rays. We picked them to move on to the World Series, and they took care of the Houston Astros. So we went 4-1 with our straight bets. My favorite teaser play was in college football, South Carolina plus 10. They were outright winners. We had Arkansas plus 8.5. They were also outright winners. We took 2 underdogs, and they both won outright. So that one came through. Our moneyline parlay, Clemson first half, easy winner. Notre Dame, easy. Temple, that was a dogfight unexpectedly, but they pulled it off. North Carolina, they got down huge. But they actually ended up coming back in that game, and they were driving at the end of the game. All they needed was a field goal to push it to overtime or a touchdown to win it. And unfortunately, they got stopped on downs. They had 3 straight drop balls. All 3 of those passes should have been caught. North Carolina easily could have won that game. And again, we missed the first half under by 1 point. So we easily could have swept the board. Plus our West Virginia push should have come in as well. So we just had a monster day here on Saturday. Despite the 2 losses and the push, we still killed it. So that's what we did on Saturday. That's what we do each and every day in all sports. MLB, college football, NFL, really our main 3 sports right now. But just right around the corner, my favorite sport, college basketball, is coming up. So cannot wait for that. That will be starting in the middle of November. So that is what we did on Saturday. Another great day in the village. If you are not a part of the village, you could have had those plays for just a few dollars. And you could have had each and every one of those plays. So that's what we're doing. I'll show you guys how to be a part of the village here shortly. But let's go ahead and jump right into the NFL action and get to the teasers. So our long shot teaser from last week, probably my worst long shot teaser attempt that I've ever had in the years that I have been doing this. But we will go ahead and recap. I always recap no matter what. And this is what we had. So we had, it was an 8-team long shot teaser, and we hit 3 out of 5. So not a great attempt. I mentioned, if you saw last week's video, I didn't really like Kansas City, but I still thought when it was all said and done, they'd find a way to cover 6 points against the Raiders at home. They actually ended up losing that game outright. So a big upset loss there. I also mentioned we were going to take a bunch of ugly dogs and hope that they can keep the game close. I liked the situations that they were in, and I thought they could take advantage of it, and they were just bad. So we took the Washington football team, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, 3 of the worst teams in the NFL, and all 3 of them showed it as they all got pretty much blown out. We had the Steelers in there, nice win there. Cowboys, they lose Dak, tough loss there for the Cowboys, but they do have a reliable backup, which we will talk about a little bit later. And then the Vikings, misspelling there, came through. So again, it was 3 out of 5, so not our best attempt there. So let's go ahead and turn that page quickly. We don't want to look at that no more, and let's go ahead and move on to this week. And let's see if we can hit this bad boy. A little bit more of a mixture here with underdogs, favorites, overs, unders. We have a mix of everything in this long shot teaser, so I like it a lot. And you can see our long shot teaser record. It is 29-9, all of the teaser plays. And it's 76%, so that's pretty good. We were in the 80s this whole season, so I definitely want to get back into the 80s. 76 is pretty good, but I want to be better than pretty good. So in order to get back into the 80s, we need to hit most of these, or if not all of these. So let's go ahead and do just that. Starting with the Chicago Bears, so +7. So this is a 7-point teaser, and I'm fully aware the Chicago Bears are probably the most fraudulent 4-1 team that I've seen in quite some time. But they are coming off of a bye, and the defense is definitely one of the best in the NFL. And the Carolina Panthers, they're coming off of a win. They have had a better than expected start to the season. They have actually won 3 in a row against the Chargers, Cardinals, and now the Falcons last week. And so I think we're getting some value here with the Bears, even though they are 4-1. I think the success lately that the Panthers have had has kind of overvalued them a little bit. I don't think they're really that good. Again, the Bears are coming off of a bye week, so their offense has been bad, whether it's been Trubisky or Nick Foles. So hopefully in the off week that they had, they were able to fix a few things. And I think they come out here, and if not win this game, I think they can definitely keep it close behind that defense. Like I said, I don't think Carolina here is going to run away with this game. They've been doing all of this without Christian McCaffrey, their best offensive weapon. But I think it eventually is going to catch up to them. Again, they've won 3 in a row. I think the Bears can potentially end that winning streak here. If not, at least keep this game close. Chicago has a knack for playing really, really close games because they don't really have the offense to pull away from you, and they have the type of defense that can stay in any game. So I expect this to be another game just like that. A close game, field goal type of game that can go either way. Next, we're going with the Falcons and Vikings under 61.5. So this is a lot of points. The Falcons finally, the years overdue, have fired their coach. Dan Quinn is gone. He was a defensive-minded coach, and the defense, pretty much since he's gotten there, has been really, really bad. So no excuses there. His replacement is another defensive coach. So I think the Falcons defense is going to show some improvement. They're 0-5, so you know they're desperate to get a win. Minnesota Vikings are not much better at 1-4. We have two teams here that definitely want to get a victory, and I think we see both defenses here step up. The Falcons have had a lot of injuries offensively with their receivers. They just haven't looked crisp offensively all season long, and like I said, their defense has been a mess. But I think we see an improvement from their defense. And Minnesota Vikings, their offense hasn't really been burning it up either. They're also without Dalvin Cook, their starting running back. So I think it's just too many points here. So we're giving the 7 points to the under to make it 61.5. I think this one will stay under that. Next, we're going with the Ravens on the road against the Eagles. So the Ravens just absolutely smashed Cincinnati. Their defense looked great. They won that game 27-3. So they were able to coast a little bit in that game, whereas the Eagles were in a dogfight on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Eagles just have so many injuries, both offensively and defensively. Lane Johnson, again, is going to be out for the Eagles. Once again, whenever he does not play for the Eagles, they tend to struggle. The Ravens are the better team here, obviously, with or without all the injuries that the Eagles have. And you compile the injuries into the equation. And even though this game is on the road, not a big distance in travel here for Baltimore. They don't have to go too far for this game. And like I said, home field advantage this year isn't that much anyways. So I'm going to go with the better team here with the Baltimore Ravens minus 3.5. Next, we're going with the Browns and Steelers. We're going with the over here. Both of these offenses have looked really good of late. Cleveland Browns are really playing well. They're 4-1. Are they finally ready to take control of this division? Are they ready to overtake the Steelers and the Ravens? Probably not. I think the first step for them is just to make the playoffs, period. But they're definitely on the right track to do that. But I see a lot of points in this game, so I don't think either defense is really playing all that well. Both these offenses are averaging around 30 points a game. The strength for this Pittsburgh defense is more in their secondary, and the strength of this Cleveland Browns offense is their running game. So will Pittsburgh be able to slow down this running game? I don't think so. And that will open up the passing game for Baker Mayfield. I think that's the recipe for success for Cleveland. Run the ball to set up the pass. And I think the Steelers, with each and every game, I'm seeing an improvement from Ben Roethlisberger as he continues his return from, being out for so long from an injury. He has 10 touchdowns to 1 interception, so he's off to a great start despite all of the rest. But I think he's getting better and better each week. And I think this game sets up for a nice offensive battle. So we're going with Browns and Steelers over 43.5 when you add the 7 to it. Next, we're going with the New England Patriots. So this one, kind of iffy on this one, mainly because of all of the distractions for the New England Patriots and the positive COVID test. They have had to shut down their facilities, open it back up, shut it down, open it back up, just back and forth. So I don't know how much that's going to affect them. So the good thing here is that they are at home, and they were supposed to play Denver previously, and then the game got postponed. So they've actually had about 2 weeks to prepare for this game. And when you give Belichick an extra week to prepare, the coaching advantage is definitely for the Patriots. The Broncos do get a boost here, getting their quarterback Drew Lock back, but he's been out for a while. So I think he will be a little bit rusty coming back. I don't think he's going to be as sharp as he normally would. We know this Patriots team has a good defense. Cam Newton also makes his return after he was out with COVID. But I think the Patriots at home minus 2.5. This is a game that they need. They're 2-2. They're 2-0 at home. They play obviously better at home. A big hit to the Denver offense. Melvin Gordon getting a DUI. They're starting running back. Their backup running back, Phillip Lindsay's been out as well. I think he's still going to be out for this game. So a lot of injury questions surrounding this Denver Broncos team. And I think the extra preparation time for the definitely favors the Patriots here. And I think they can definitely win this game by a field goal. Next, we have the Packers and the Buccaneers. We have Rodgers versus Brady. This is going to be a great game. There's only 2 late games. And the other game is not going to be one that you want to watch between the Jets and the Dolphins. So all eyes are going to be on the Packers and Buccaneers. And I think this is going to be a good battle. So The Packers are coming off of a bye, so that should help them here getting ready for this game. On top of that, Aaron Rodgers, who has been great this year, is getting Devontae Adams back, so that's going to give another boost to their offense. Aaron Jones and the running game has been great. Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense has definitely shown that they can give up some points, so I like Green Bay here to score. Tom Brady, he gets back a big weapon as well, and Chris Godwin. I think he's the perfect type of receiver, slot receiver that Tom Brady can really utilize. Both these teams just have so many offensive weapons. I just don't see this game being a defensive battle. I see a lot of points in this one, so we're going to go with another over here. Our second over with the Packers and Buccaneers over 47.5. Next, we're going to go with the other late game, the Miami Dolphins. They are playing, might be the worst team in the NFL, in the New York Jets. And it looks like they're going to be going with Flacco again at quarterback. This guy should not be in the league anymore. He is done. The Jets overall are done. And they cut Le'Veon Bell. Sometimes getting rid of a player could be a good thing if he, is kind of being a distraction, a cancer, in the locker room. Don't know if that's the case here, but he's still one of their best players. Hasn't really been playing. He's been dealing with injury, but it just shows the type of season that the Jets are having, that they're just going to cut one of their best players. So the Dolphins here, a very, very impressive win last week on the road. They just destroyed the 49ers. And I think at home here, I just don't see any reason why they can't cover this game by 4. The Jets are 0-5. They're going to be desperate for a win. No team wants to go 0-4 for the season. So I do think we see an effort here from the Jets, especially in the first half. But Dolphins at home, when it's all said and done, they should definitely win this game by at least a touchdown. And last but not least, for the last game, I always like to either take the Sunday night game or one of the Monday night games. Here, we're going to go with the Sunday night game. So everybody, I'm sure, is going to be on the Los Angeles Rams here in this game. We have the 49ers, who have been dealing with injuries all season long. They're coming off of a beatdown at home from the Miami Dolphins that I just mentioned. So everybody's going to be taking the Rams, who have looked good this season. They're 4-1, but they have traveled so much. Obviously, this isn't much of a travel game. Both these teams play in California, but I like taking teams that are coming off of a blowout loss, because they usually bounce back and they don't typically get blown out again. Now, 10 points isn't really getting blown out if you lose by 10, but I think San Francisco here, this is a division game. These two teams know each other. The 49ers know exactly how to play the Rams. The Rams know exactly how to play the 49ers. These games are usually close between these two teams. On top of that, the 49ers are getting healthier with each week. They're getting back to their offensive weapons. They got back a few pieces last week. They're getting back a few more pieces this week. And the pieces that they've been getting back, they're getting healthier and healthier. Jimmy Garoppolo, apparently he's feeling the best he's felt in a while with his ankle. He just had a terrible performance last week. Again, I expect him to have a much better performance this week. For a division game, I see the 49ers here pulling off the upset. Like I said, a lot of people are going to be taking the Rams. They're going to look at this game and see it's only about a field goal and just snatch up the Rams, but not so fast for me. I think this is a good opportunity, Sunday night game, for the 49ers to show that they are still going to be around this year. But anyways, I am going to give the 7 points to the 49ers, make it plus 9.5. I think they can definitely keep this game close. Like I said, if not, win this game outright. So that is our long shot teaser. 8 options for you guys to choose from, or if you want to get crazy with me, you can do the long shot teaser. $111.11 will pay out $1,000 even. That's kind of my threshold. Any teaser where the payout is $1,000 or more is what I call the long shot parlay. We'll probably start doing some bigger ones later in the year. Hoping this COVID issue kind of dies down a little bit. Just so many teams shutting down their facilities, opening it back up. Colts are another one. I stayed away from the Colts on this teaser. Just don't know how these type of distractions affect a team. A lot of different options that I could have used on here that I stayed away from. Colts being one of them. Texans being another. A lot of different ones, but anyways, that's what I'm going with, those 8. But that is going to be this week's long shot teaser attempt. Hopefully we hit this bad boy. But let's go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day. Before I do want to mention my website. Like I mentioned before, I showed you guys what we did on Saturday. If you are interested in getting those type of plays each and every day, it's very, very simple. You go to JVilleSportsPicks.com, and once you are there, in the upper right hand corner, there's a big blue button. Hit that button, it will take you to a page which will list all the different packages that are available. See which one suits you the best. I make them super, super cheap for a reason. I'm about building your bankroll, not taking from it. Once you choose that package, once you sign up, from that day on, you will start receiving my plays via email each and every day, at least an hour before any of the game starts. So it gives you plenty of time to decide how you want to attack the bookies. So that is my website. That's how to get there. Don't forget to use promo code football, all capital letters, one word. When you sign up, it will give you 10% off any package. The packages, like I mentioned, are already cheap, but you can get an extra 10% off just by using coupon code football. Again, all capital letters, all one word. What I would say is just try my picks out for 30 days, see how you like them. Like I said, we're right in the middle of the football season. NFL, college football. We're seeing a lot of midweek games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day of the week. We're having football action. On top of that, we are doing great in the MLB as well as we start to head towards the World Series. And then, like I said, college basketball is right around the corner. So now is a perfect time to join and start building up your bankroll. So like I said, what I would say to you is try my picks out for 30 days, see how you like them. If I have a losing record during those 30 days, guess what? I'll give you your money back, or you can have another month free. No risk to you to try out my picks. So go to JVilleSportsPicks.com. Again, JVilleSportsPicks.com, and sign up and start winning with us today. So that's the website. That's how to get there. If you have any questions about the website or anything at all with what I do, in the description of this video, I have all of my social media pages, my Discord channels on there. If you want to talk sports with a bunch of us, discuss different betting angles, discuss anything at all pertaining to sports, go to the Discord channel. My Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff is on there. I posted a bunch of different parlays on Twitter this weekend. I'll be continuing to do that as well. So when you don't see me on here making a YouTube video, I will be posting on other social media pages. So follow the different social media pages to stay in the know. While you're down there checking out all of that information, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you know when new content is available and being released. Other than that though, let's go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day. I am going to take a team that I did not mention in the long shot teaser. I kind of mentioned it towards the end there when I was talking about different options that I left out, and that is actually the Houston Texans +4. So this is a very, very interesting game. So the Houston Texans last week fired their coach, long overdue, Bill O'Brien. They were 0-4 to start the season. They finally got a win last week. Not really that impressive. They beat the Jaguars at home, but they beat them pretty convincingly. They won that game 30-14. Again, I had the Jaguars on the teaser last week, and even with the 7 points, the Jaguars did not cover. So a pretty good performance by the Texans, I should say, even though they weren't playing a very good team. You got to start somewhere. You got to start building your wins. And I think they can start to do that, get some momentum here. One of the main reasons I'm taking this game is the spot. You have a 4-0 Tennessee Titans team. We know it's very hard to go through this league undefeated, especially a year like this. We're going to start to see some of these undefeated teams. Titans are one, Steelers are one. And we're also going to start to see some of the 0-for teams, like the Giants, who are 0-for-5, and the Falcons 0-for-5. You know, these teams aren't going to go winless the whole season. These other teams aren't going to go undefeated the whole season. So we're going to start to see some of this stuff kind of correct itself. And I think the Tennessee Titans here could be ripe for an upset here. So they just played. This is a huge disadvantage. They had to play a Tuesday game against the Buffalo Bills, and it looked really good doing it. They beat the Buffalo Bills at home. But the Bills, they're not playing until Monday. Like, if you play Monday night, you have until Sunday for your next game. If you play on Tuesday, you should have until Monday. But the Tennessee Titans, for whatever reason, are not getting that. They had to play on Tuesday, and now they're playing a short turnaround game on Sunday, that is a huge disadvantage to have that one day that you normally get taken away from you. And again, we have a Houston Texans team coming in here with a little bit of momentum. This is kind of do or die for them at 1-4. You can, if you want to have any chances of making the playoffs or making any kind of run here, you have to start winning some of these games. You cannot fall to 1-5. This is a division game, so it's an important game for both teams. But I think just the situational factor is too good here to pass up. And again, we're getting points here. We're getting +4. So even if the Titans come away with the victory, a 3-point victory, a field goal victory, we still come away with the victory here. But I think the Texans actually have a good shot of winning this game outright. Like I said, the Titans at 4-0 don't really look that impressive. You know, Derrick Henry not having the same season he had last year, which is to be expected. You know, when you face the Titans, that's your #1 goal, stop the run. I think the Texans can do that, or at least limit that. And you know, if it's time for Deshaun Watson to step up here, take this team by the horns and show what he can do. So I like the Texans here to keep this game close, if not win. And that is Sunday's free play of the day. The Houston Texans +4. One of the early games. Again, the early games, it's going to be hard keeping track of everything. Pretty much everybody plays early, and then we only have 2 late games, and then of course the Sunday night game. So I wish they would kind of stagger that a little bit more, maybe have at least 4 night games or late games, just to say, instead of everybody playing early in the morning. But anyways, that's what we get. But the Houston Texans +4 is going to be today's free play of the day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We have our long shot teaser to root on. We have the Houston Texans to root on. If you are a part of the village, stay tuned. I will have a bunch more straight bets. I will have some smaller teasers, a moneyline parlay or 2, a bunch of action. We also will have a play on the MLB game as well. We have game 7 between the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers. We have Ian Anderson. Where did this guy come from? He has been an absolute monster in the playoffs. We'll see if he can continue that. This will be the 2nd time in this series that the Dodgers will see him. So that's what you got to love about baseball, is navigating through these longer series. So we'll see. We'll have a play in that game along with all of the other NFL action. So if you're not a part of the village, you're definitely missing out. Go to JVilleSportsPicks.com, use that promo code football, and sign up and start winning with us today. Other than that, I'm going to wrap that up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys had a great Saturday, and I also hope you have a great Sunday. Stay safe out there. Kill it with whatever you guys do decide to put in, and I will see you guys soon. Good luck.